The Gorge, directed by Scott Derrickson, starring Miles Teller, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Sigourney Weaver.
A special assignment in an undisclosed location.
West Tower Observation Post. You're home for the next 365 days.
So what's the mission? To keep people from going in the gorge?
No. You need to stop what's in the gorge from coming out.
Hey there, whoa there, it's Rogue here. This is going to be a spoiler review for The Gorge. Don't say I didn't warn ya. Starting with the positives. Best part about this film is easily the cast. We have some really good performances in this film from our lead trio, as well as one character that we see for a few scenes. The cast is small, but it's very strong. I think everyone gives a very good performance. I think everyone gave the best performance they could with the material that they were given. We start the film with Anya Taylor-Joy's character, Drasa, while she is conducting an assassination, and I really like this opening scene. It really sets the tone. I went into this film completely blind, and this opening scene perfectly set up the tone. From the beginning, I was very excited to learn more about this character and see Anya Taylor-Joy's performance. Following the assassination, we see Draza with her father sitting in a cemetery, and I really enjoyed the character development in this scene as well. Draza is layered because she actually has remorse for the things that she has done. Her father tells her, "Give your shame to me." I thought it was great character development. Now, I don't have the best ear when it comes to critiquing accents, but I did like Anya Taylor-Joy's voice performance in this character. I also really liked her character design. I think Anya Taylor-Joy looked absolutely gorge while starring in The Gorge. Then we're introduced to Miles Teller's character, Levi, and we will follow him for most of the film. His character is a highly trained operative.
There she is. West Tower Observation Post. You're home for the next 365 days.
We're introduced to Sigourney Weaver's character, Bartholomew, who gives Levi the assignment at the Gorge for 365 days. I absolutely love Sigourney Weaver. She is hands down one of my favorite actresses, and of course everyone knows and loves her for being the final girl in the Alien franchise. I've always really liked when Sigourney takes on the bad guy character. I think she does so well in the role. Sigourney is also looking gorge while starring in The Gorge.
There's not a lot of reasons for me right now.
What if I gave you a reason?
I really like the setup and the mystery that happens in the first act of this film, from Bartholomew giving the assignment to Levi arriving on location at the Gorge and the mystery that's behind the Gorge. I like that we are given puzzle pieces to put together in this first act. Levi arrives at the Gorge and we meet the character who he is relieving of assignment, and he gives some backstory to the Gorge in the form of exposition.
So what's the mission? To keep people from going in the gorge?
No. You need to stop what's in the gorge from coming out.
This actor was full of charisma, and I wish we got him more than just a few scenes.
What the hell is that?
The gorge is the door to hell, and we're standing guard at the gate.
I really enjoyed the setup of the Gorge and the mystery behind what is the Gorge, what are they trying to stop from getting out, how come they can't communicate with each other. This Gorge had me hooked from the very beginning.
What's the truth about the gorge?
Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller had really good on-screen chemistry with each other, which I am so relieved because I've seen a few movies lately where the chemistry was lacking, so I'm glad that wasn't the case here. However, it still wasn't my cup of tea. Let's talk about the aspects of the film that I feel mixed about.
What's that on the other side?
That is East Tower. Contact with the other side is strictly forbidden.
Dark places shall be.
I just wasn't into this love story. This is a plot line that I felt this movie could have completely done without. But with that said, I do feel Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller give a good performance and have a lot of chemistry with each other, which is why I put it here in the mixed category. The movie did begin to lose me when it started to focus on their love story, especially when they started with the notes. That actually reminded me of a Taylor Swift music video, and I say that as someone who is a fan of Taylor Swift, but I just didn't want to see that in this movie. It just didn't fit the tone that they had set up so well in the first act. There's also a moment where Miles Teller is taking a shower and then he has to run to the clothing line, and it just didn't fit the tone up until this point. The movie had set itself up as serious and with a mystery plotline. Then all of a sudden it just ventured into romantic comedy territory, and I just didn't really like it, even though the actors were doing their best.
What's that on the other side?
That is East Tower. Contact with the other side is strictly forbidden.
They do lose their chemistry just for a moment while they're having dinner. It wasn't too bad though. Thankfully, not too long after this is when the movie really gets going and they both enter the Gorge. Let's talk about the character design for the creatures in the Gorge. Referred to as the Hollow Men, these are human and plant hybrids, as well as human and insect hybrids. For the most part, I really like these character designs. They are really gross and get under my skin. I can't help but feel itchy just looking at some of these designs. My favorite is this disgusting praying mantis-like creature. Levi falls out of a tree into this sticky substance, and it's a creature. This creature is closing itself around him using its teeth, but the teeth look like a human rib cage. We also see giant spiders with the human skull as their body, and the hollow men riding on horses, so hollow horses. I really liked these character designs, but I didn't think we got to spend enough time with these creatures. Instead, we spent more time with the Hollow Men, and I really didn't like the character design for the Hollow Men. Don't get me wrong, the Hollow Men don't look bad, which is why I don't have this in the negative category, but the Hollow Men also don't look very good either. It reminds me of The Last of Us, but not as good.
This place is evil.
I also felt let down when it was revealed that the Gorge is a result of a failed military experiment instead of it being a portal to hell, which leads me to my negatives.
What's the truth about this place? What's the truth about the Gorge?
The Gorge is caused by a failed military experiment, which reminds me a lot of The Mist, but not as good. The tone for this movie is just all over the place. It's sci-fi, it's action, it's romance, it's mystery. It's just a little bit of everything. And because of that, I didn't know what to make of this. This film also had pacing issues all throughout, which I think could have been helped if they would have cut out at least like 15 minutes. The tone of this film is just all over the place, and the pacing issues are just constantly happening. This film struggled to stick the landing because this film wasn't sure what type of film it's supposed to be. The Gorge was straight to streaming though, and I don't hold these straight to streaming films to as high a standard as I do a film that is released in cinemas. I think that The Gorge had a lot of potential, and I really like the idea of The Gorge. Even if it's not the most original idea, I still really liked it. The Gorge has its flaws, but it also has a lot of things that are going for it. Overall, I really enjoyed The Gorge. I thought it had a good cast and a decent plot. Even if it lost me a few times, I did enjoy myself overall while watching this.
This place is evil.
Dark places.
I am going to give The Gorge a Rogue Reviews 6 out of 10. Join my Rogues Gallery by clicking the subscribe button. A big thank you to everyone who made it to the end of the video. Give this video a like and leave a comment down below to show your support. And follow me on Instagram at Alexis Has Gone Rogue.